All right, Dio. So, what was your topic that you thought of?
I guess I got two mini topics. I guess
Okay.
since kind of like I don't know. Actually, starting to watch WWE again, so I'm like trying to learn all the storylines.
Uh.
Uh, I really didn't like yesterday's pay per view.
Oh my God. The House of Horrors movie marathon.
Dude, that thing was like I don't know. I was thinking about like, man, they just like took a page out of like the Hardys, man.
Well, they work there now. Why not?
Why not? I guess all their creatives come from the Hardys and stuff. But I was like, what is this? Like, if I wanted to watch like junk wrestling, I would have watched TNA 4 months ago.
Yep.
Minus Broken Matt. um, but I guess it's just I don't know some of the newer faces. You know, Strowman. I guess he's getting that push.
Mm-hmm.
He destroyed Roman Reigns clean. That was kind of unsuspected, actually.
Yeah.
And I was actually hoping for like a complete Roman Reigns heel turn, dirty clean, like a dirty finish or something.
Yeah.
Cheat to win, but I don't know. I mean, I guess with yesterday's showing, just to me, it's like he's supposed to be heel now, right?
Roman.
Or is he still like, yeah? Is he still like face?
He's still technically face. It's just everybody hates him.
Because like right now he's like super neutral to me. Because it's like, well, he wasn't he already having like segments or like promos where it's like, well,
yeah,
everyone doesn't like me.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't care. So it's like they just can't fully pull the trigger. It seems.
Yeah, and then having him wrestle injured, that just kind of shows like, well, he's a fighter,
Yeah.
So it doesn't really like add to the, I guess the turning of Roman Reigns. I was really hoping he was gonna, I don't know, use a weapon or something. Something ridiculous. I mean, granted, he hit Strowman with the ambulance yesterday.
Yeah, the door after.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was really disappointed. Having Bailey lose in San Jose, I was not looking at that. But I was like, that's Alexa.
I didn't think it was gonna happen, but Dad's happy.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I guess out of like the some of the I guess I won't say the fallout, but I guess the aftermath of yesterday. I mean, like moving forward, I guess you can say my topic is like how far will Strowman be, because they haven't had like a monster. I mean, they had Brock Lesnar, who was kind of like, I'm gonna be Brock Lesnar and be part time, and then I'm gonna be MMA Brock Lesnar and still get destroyed. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess just my thoughts on Mr. Strowman is, for a big guy, I was never really like, impressed with like big guys. I mean, Show was hilarious just because of his multiple gimmicks, but with Strowman just being like just a big monster, I'm actually really intrigued by him, and I want to see how far and how violent that in the PG era, to see how they're gonna push him. Beating Reigns clean, that was kind of, like I said, it was unsuspected. And he's supposed to be like the biggest, baddest dude there now. So, I just don't want him to start like, I guess, the momentum, and then just he turns like face like in the next like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. And I actually wouldn't mind to see if I think him and Bray Wyatt had a match like how long ago?
Oh, I don't know.
It was a while ago, wasn't it?
Braun or Roman?
Well,
because Braun I don't think has. Because the only reason he's doing his own thing is because the brand split thing.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he was the only one left behind. That's why he shaved his head.
Yeah, because I thought, weren't they like trying to? Because Harper's by himself now, right? He's not with Ray. Because didn't Harper like tag team with like Orton like last month or something like that?
Yeah.
For a little
Harper's
bit?
on his own. Rowan just recently came back. I don't know if he's with. Well, he can't be with them. He's still on SmackDown. So he's doing whatever he's doing.
And I guess what's your thoughts on Mr. Neville, man?
hey, he's getting time. Sucks he had to go heel for it, but I mean, it's working for him.
I mean, those two guys right now are like, those are the two guys that, like, they've intrigued me the most. Strowman and Neville. And I'm just hoping that Neville's not gonna have to cheat to win every single freaking time.
This was the first one he had to do something. Other ones have been clean.
Because, like I said, I'm just getting back into it, so I know that his angle with Aries is gonna be. It should be great.
Yeah.
I mean, those two guys are like fantastic. So.
Ooh, are you okay, baby?
Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all.
He drop kicked his food.
But
Nice.
yeah, I mean, so Neville's he's king of the cruiserweights, right?
Yeah.
He's self-proclaimed king of the cruiserweights. Aries is probably going to be the guy that's going to be chasing him, hopefully, the next 3 or 4 months. Because I just like that matchup, man. I mean, they're both very, very technical. They both hit hard. They both can fly. I just like I think the chemistry between them is really good too. And I'm just, I just want to see what else WWE can do with all the cruiserweights, man. Just and giving them more time and I don't know. It's just I'm trying to absorb everything again. So it's fresh new faces and stuff. And and the other thing, Jinder Mahal.
The out of nowhere. I mean, they're committing to it. They got the Bollywood boys in on it too. So I mean, it's cool. It's different. But yeah, it's like, didn't you just job to Finn 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Then he knocked Finn out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal, man. He's a Demon King Slayer, man.
Man, baby. They're all back. Reunion.
Yeah. Dude, I would hate for him to go back to that, to be honest. I mean, they'll have one more reunion. I mean, what's his name? Galloway, didn't he just got signed
McIntyre's
again, right?
back in NXT.
Right. And then so who's the SmackDown tag team champs right now?
Usos.
Usos. Okay, so they beat Rhino and
They beat American Alpha.
oh, see, I missed that part.
Yeah, that was before Mania. Because when Dad and I were predicting Hardy return, we're like, oh, maybe they're going to be on SmackDown because they got heel champs. But yeah, no.
Right. Oh, see, I missed that whole build up right there. So, jeez, I'm that just scrambles my thought process. But I'm glad the Usos are champs, I guess.
Yeah.
Heel champs. And so let's see. So American Alpha, are they the new Steiner brothers or?
Kinda. They're like the new World's Greatest Tag Team. There's been a lot of comparisons to that.
Okay. And then so when Jinder and the Bolly Boys, they get their belts, do you think Kurt Angle's going to join in on that, or is Shelton going to come out?
Well, they're opposite brands, and Shelton was supposed to be on SmackDown, but then the leg injury, so maybe. Unless Gold Standard's just going to do his own thing, I don't know. Still waiting on that. Man, come on, leg.
All right. Jeez. I thought, isn't he cleared to come back?
I honestly don't know. I haven't heard anything since I heard the injury. I was just like, God damn it, this was so cool.
Yeah, because so there's oh, you know what? No, that's I was reading an interview that Tajiri got hurt and he was cleared, but he opted out to be let go or to get out of WWE. Yeah, so Tajiri's gone. But it was a leg injury too, I think he had. Or was it shoulder? Might have been shoulder. The guy was 45 though.
Yeah. And
he's in so many death matches and everything, man. I mean that kind of takes out a lot of life from you.
Yeah.
But geez, yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to talk now about wrestling because, like I said, I just started getting back into it. There's only a handful of guys I've been really following, kind of. I mean, Demon King was there, and I'm hearing Mr. Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, he is.
He's someone to watch out for, I guess. You know, I myself, I've been waiting for Jinder to get something because as a comic relief guy, I've always felt bad for him, and now that he KOs Balor and takes him out for God knows how long. I'm glad the new roided Jinder Mahal, because
Yeah.
he's a beast now. Jeez. So yeah, I mean, so we just had a that was a SmackDown pay per view, right?
Negative.
Was
That was a Raw one.
That was Raw. Okay.
Yeah. The only SmackDown pure participants were Owens and Orton. And technically Jericho because he won, but other than that, pretty sure everybody was Raw. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because I was kind of confused when I saw the KO and Jericho match, and then I saw the Hardys. I was excited. I kind of didn't know which brand it was.
Yeah.
But heel turn Cesaro. That was kind of evident, all right.
I mean, the handshake bit. I don't know. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of saw that part.
So much for the C-section.
And then I don't know. I just saw the whole handshake thing and the whole pent up frustration during like the interview segment. So I was like, well, I know who's going to heel tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought that was a fun match.
Yeah. Losing teeth and whatnot.
Yeah.
I kept hearing Corey say it. I'm like, did he actually lose? And then at the end, when he's like, I'm
saw
like,
that.
okay. No.
Yeah. That was that was pretty stiff. I mean, there was no sell on that.
Mm.
He just took a boot.
Yeah.
Took a punt. But yeah, I mean, I think that was the only match that I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of fun. I mean, everything else was like, blah. I didn't like how Bayley lost the belt.
Yeah, that one seemed short.
And it was like, oh, well, she kicked out and kicked her into the turnbuckle or
I like the move. I don't like that being the finish, but
yeah. I don't know. I was still kind of surprised that they gave Alexa the belt at Bayley's hometown.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. Actually, I saw one or two of my buddies there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was searching. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's up there. Jeez. So with wrestling, I'm actually gonna go look into like TNA and see how they're doing too, because they just picked up some old school.
They're
TNA
bringing
guys.
back a lot of old TNAers. Like they brought LAX back. They brought back Loki, I believe. Suicide's back. I don't know who the fuck it is, but he's there. They've had Storm for a while. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know about. Crap, I can picture in my head. I'm not sure if it's Matt. Big, tall guy, spiked top.
Morgan?
Yeah,
Morgan?
Matt Morgan. There you
Yeah.
go. Sorry. I think
Yeah.
he's back, but I don't know.
And I think Magnus came back too.
Oh, did he? That's kind of weird.
I think that was earlier, like a couple months ago, but I don't know. I've been reading like interviews and stuff that I guess Magnus was actually slated to possibly transition over to NXT, maybe WWE.
Well, he was at the Hall of Fame because him and Mickey are a thing. But,
Right.
I don't know.
And then that Maria Kanellis and her real life husband.
Mike
they're
Bennett.
actually, yeah, I heard they're supposed to come directly to SmackDown. So
Yeah, I've heard that too.
yeah, man, but yeah, TNA.
What a roller coaster it's been.
Oh, TNA. Oh god. I mean, they still have Lashley. I guess that's cool.
Yeah. They still got the Hurricane. Just need that return and we'll be done.
Good old Hurricane. Oh man, that sucked. That just reminded me about Roman Reigns.
Rosie. Yeah, rip.
Yeah. God dang it.
Poor
Yeah, I
Simmons.
never really realized it, but I mean, like, I remember reading about, like, the acronym that is, that Rosie was superhero in training. I was like, oh no, he's just shit. Jeez, my second topic was, I know your reactions to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and Sigma.
You mean Buzz Lightyear?
I was like, your Sigma Ultron. I was like, yes, he's in it. That's awesome. Why does he look so goofy? But he always looked goofy with all that lame old face paint thought on his head a long time ago. But oh well, it's Sigma. I'm glad. You got two original characters. I can't complain. I mean, I can't wait till the game comes out in September.
I know, Jesus.
So close. Are you gonna get that $200 limited edition thing?
Not gonna lie, I'm thinking about it. But
Oh, yeah. I was like, I just want the Infinity Gems. Like,
yeah. Look, the statues. Give me those.
oh, yeah, dude. So Strider, Rocket, Ultron, of course, Sigma, Ryu, Chun, Chris. Chris is still in the game. Who else is there?
Hawkeye, Captain America, Thor,
Cap,
Hulk, Iron Man.
Hawkeye.
Yep.
I think that's it so far, right?
Yeah, that's 12, if I counted right.
So I'm hoping Nova comes back. I'd love to see Nova come back. If to be honest, if they recycled and just brought everyone from 3 back, I would be happy.
Yeah, that's always been my thing. Like, why don't games just bring back the entire roster and add like 6 more, and then I'd be, happy, or whatever the fuck.
I mean, like you didn't really see a lot of all the characters, but you really have to like search for everyone. I mean, maybe MODOK, probably swap him out.
Yeah.
'Cause I really didn't see anybody play MODOK. Jeez. There were people from 3 that I didn't want to come back. MODOK will probably be one, just because I saw very limited play. As much as I love Beautiful Joe, I don't see him or Arthur.
Man.
God,
Action!
God, King of Lame style, though, man. I'd hate to see. I'd honestly hate. I don't know. I mean, I guess Arthur is definitely another character. I just didn't really see a lot of him. He's just a guy that you just run around away from people and just chuck fireballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Joe, he's goofy.
It's a gimmick character, yeah.
I hope Iron Fist comes back too.
Yeah.
Just cause I just started playing him even more so just because I didn't really see a lot of people other than Justin Long really play. And you just gotta have a non-fireball character in that game.
Yeah.
You just go in and go straight ham, Guess if I wanted somebody in the game, actually, I hope that they actually go back to a 6-button layout, so they have a light, medium, strong, or jab, medium, fierce, and short, medium, roundhouse. Kind of have to go over their, I guess whatever was released as far as like how the tag system works, because I guess the assist styles are not like regular assists.
It's replaced with the tag, yeah. It seems like you can call in the tag a lot, like mid-combo, but yeah, whatever your controlled character's doing, it freezes as the tag comes in. He does whatever, and then this person continues doing their thing. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'd like to see maybe a couple more people from like Darkstalkers come back. I mean, I'd love to see like Donovan come in.
Anakaris, or Anakaris, or however the fuck you say it. Little spooky hands.
I'd love to see Donovan come back. Maybe even John Talbane, Werewolf.
No.
I don't know. Rival schools would be kind of fun, but like I don't know where they would fit. I mean, a Capcom game that's not a fighter. I want to see a Breath of Fire character come in.
Hmm.
To be honest, I mean, I'd love to see just Ryu, like sword wielding Ryu with blue hair, turn into a dragon and fuck shit up. Or I'd like to see Ray the Were Tiger come in, turn into a Were Tiger and fuck shit up. I mean that would be sweet. Marvel, there's just so many characters to pick from Marvel. As far as licensing. Somebody that hasn't been on. I mean, Daredevil would be fun, I think.
Yeah.
Daredevil would be fun. I mean, we don't have Psylocke. Can we have Elektra?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Are they going to use X-Men characters? Like, I've heard rumors of DLC X-Men characters, but I don't know. Like, I know this person, I think he was in X-Men versus Street Fighter, or maybe it was just X-Men Children of the Atom. Nightcrawler would be cool coming back. Was he in those games? No. Never mind. Fuck it. We just want Nightcrawler.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, Jubilee made Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Jubilee would be fun. Dazzler would be cool. To be honest, I'd like to see Morph play. Morph would be sweet. I mean, he like the Shang Tsung version of Marvel. That he doesn't take the role. But Open Mags makes it. Can't have a Marvel vs. Capcom game without Mags. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be weird. Especially with no Doom either.
He was just an assist in MVC1, so
yeah.
He was in every other game, well, except for X-Men versus Marvel Superheroes.
Yeah, he was a boss.
Or, Street Fighter versus Marvel Superheroes. Yeah, he was in X-Men versus Street Fighter. Probably, to me, like that was like my favorite crossover game. I mean, you had Gambit, you had Juggernaut, Storm. No, not Psylocke. Cyclops, Wolverine, Mags, Sabretooth, Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Chun, Cammy, and Ryu, and Akuma, who was a secret person.
Yep, you had to go over. Mm-hmm. I do that all the time when I play it on the emulator.
Best. And then Nash, and then
Bison in there?
Dalsine.
No, Bison.
Yeah, Bison.
Oh, it wasn't there? Okay.
Yeah, he actually had a fireball in that game. But if they can bring someone back from like MVC2, I mean, Cable would be kind of fun just because. Just because people can relate to Gambit. You are a Gambit, but Cable, he just wants to shoot people.
I'd take Gambit back.
Hell yeah, I'd take Gambit back. I mean, they can bring, freaking Archangel in there. That'd be pretty sweet. He can play kind of like Firebrand, except not shoot fire.
Yeah. You could shoot the little blades from his wings instead.
Yeah. I mean, those two would be pretty sweet. I mean, Gambit and freaking Archangel, or Archangel, whichever you want to call him. And I just want to see what those other powers are. I mean, I'm so like intrigued by the game.
The stones, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've had what, power and time?
Power, time, space.
But have they shown those three?
Space is the cube. Time is
that's right.
like super speed, like X Factor, and then power is like a boost in your attack. I think. No, it's a wall bounce.
Maybe.
Well, they each get two. They each get a base. You can use as like an EX move, and then they get the super gem thing, where it's like extra, and the background changes to the color and things like that. So.
Yeah. Like, who would you think or who would you want?
Oof.
You can get like 6 people. Just throw them out there,
Okay, we already talked about Nightcrawler, so there's one.
Yeah.
Shit.
There's so many to choose from, man.
I want to see Ant-Man. I think he's a probable. I don't know how it would work though. That'd be interesting.
Like Joe size.
Yeah. We'll make a call back. We'll have Venom return. Venom or Carnage, I think that would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Capcom wise. See, this is the trouble. I don't know a lot of Capcom people. I think... Oh! Hayato. I want Hayato back.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool. And then there was another guy on there that was badass. Oh! The tornado guy. Jin. He was always funny.
Oh, yeah.
I like him. Surfbot. No.
Yeah, right. Just make Ant-Man the size of Surfbot. There you go.
Just make me hate on Ant-Man.
God.
I mean, see, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Leon, but I think he'd be too similar to Chris. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know.
They should bring. They should have Hunk playable. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Be like a costume swap for Chris. Maybe they could like tofu, giant tofu with a knife. That's gonna. And Ace would be fun. I mean, I want to see more and more Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
I want more like obscure characters like him, and like if they throw in like two not really joke characters, but like two like real obscure, like how does he even fit into this fighting game? Because like that was a lot of what people were like talking about when Ace first came out. Like, what is he doing in this game? Everyone wants him for paper and the finger, and then level 3. That's it.
Who's that other detective guy? Is that a Nintendo guy? The brown, like trench coat, brown hat. I think it's a handheld game.
Who is it?
I don't remember his name. It's like brown hat. He's got a red like brim-ish leather tape. I don't know what the fuck you call it. He's got a brown trench coat. I think he was like with a kid, and I think there's a dog. It might have been Nintendo. It might have been a Smash thing. I don't know.
Oh, silly Smash.
Yeah,
Smash has
mind.
everything.
Settle for Smash. Clued. Let's get Clued in Marvel vs. Infinite.
Geez, yeah. I mean, Marvel sides. I mean, this just too many to list, and
Yeah, exactly.
Capcom is definitely more of like fan service, if anything. I mean, I personally would like to see like if they got like a Mega Man boss character in there. Oh my god.
What?
I mean, they already have Sigma and X, so that's probably like the end of like Mega Man period. But if they got like
What about Tron though?
What about Tron?
Isn't she Mega Man?
Well, yeah, she's Mega Man Legends.
Oh, well, so sorry.
I'm saying like new characters. Like,
Well, yeah, usually. Okay, fine. Well, alright. Okay, what about Proto Man? Put Proto Man in for Zero?
yeah, that's
Base?
doable.
Or Bass?
They
Or
could
the
do
fuck?
Base. They could do, like Base with his the extra armor, where Trouble like becomes his wings and stuff. Or if they had like, I highly doubt that they'll do it, but like, oh, then yeah, that would have been sweet if they did that with like Mega Man, because Mega Man was it 10 or 9, where you have to collect the letters and you got like different power ups, like you got a power suit, you got a hover suit, and then it took away one of your abilities, like if you had the armor suit, you couldn't slide.
Too
And
heavy.
I think if you have the hover one, I don't think you can do if you have the hover, you didn't have a charge buster. You had a homing it was a hard man punch from from Mega Man 3, but it was like you couldn't shoot like a charge buster. It just came out as like one hand. And,
Pew.
yeah, pretty much.
Lemons.
But yeah, I mean, if they can throw in like one more fan service character from Mega Man, oh man, dude, Metal Man from Mega Man 2.
He's the. Oh, no, that's Magnet Man. Never mind.
Man, that would be awesome. Yeah, there's just an endless supply of like Capcom characters. I mean, geez, you can go on the Devil May Cry series, more Resident Evil characters. Breath of Fire would be nice. I highly doubt they'll do it. A lot of people want Ashura. I never played the game, but it looks pretty sweet. Ashura's Wrath.
I've heard Power Stone thrown in there. That might just be the dudes, but I don't know.
I forgot his name right. Eagle or something like that. He's like the main guy. He's pretty cool. That game was like, if Smash ever became like 3D, that's what that game would be. It's ridiculous. Like, if you have like 4 players, dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah, it looks chaotic.
Yeah, but when you're playing like 2, it's kind of like, well, first one to get the gems wins. usually the tail of the game, but it's still a pretty chaotic one. Man, I don't know, man. I was thinking about characters like ever since the game came out with the gameplay was just like, man, who else could fit in this game, or just who else would? A lot of people want Ashura, and I was like looking at like Twitter and stuff. Like even Yikes has like a list of like, I think he has like close to like 20 names on there. I'm like, I can only identify with like 15 of them. I was like, I don't remember playing that game. But I'm hoping they actually have like a campaign, like the 1-player mode, just like the story. You know, like how Street Fighter V has the chapters and stuff. You know, like per character, as to like how they fit in the game. I mean, even if it's a 2 or 3 fight thing, but just to have like some more backstory to it.
I think they will, because I mean, technically that was a story trailer that dropped, and like, why does he have all these reactions? Like, oh, Chris, you're shooting me with bullets, or whatever the fuck, you know? I mean, it would seem silly to make all those cinematics for nothing, but look at Marvel 3. They had those 5 awesome cinematic trailers, and you're like, oh, we didn't do any of that.
Oh, you know what'd be even sweeter? Like a little ode to like the old school style of Capcom and Marvel games? Dude, if that 1-player mode was a beat 'em up.
Ooh, like a sides.
Dude, that would be so
Double
sick,
dwagging.
Like, there would be a reason why they have like all those freaking Ultron robot thingies, right?
The jobber bots.
Oh, dude, that'd be so sweet. It would play just like the classic X-Men thing, where you only really get like 1 special power, and then, oh, dude, that would be so sick. If they did like Power Rangers, you can level up, and then you can like equip skills. Oh, dude. I mean, I was thinking like, how else can they, I think that would be like a total like crazy like, ode to like old school like arcade players in general. I mean, both Capcom games have had beat 'em ups, and freaking Marvel's known for their beat 'em ups, man. Like, that would be so sweet. Jeez, you know how many quarters I've been playing freaking The Avenger? Oh god.
Being player 4 in Hawkeye. Dude. Or was it Vision, or whatever the fuck?
Or playing freaking Dungeons and Dragons, dude, Capcom style. Oh, so good, so good. I'm surprised I didn't buy that for the PS3 when they re-released it. God dang it, $15. Oh, I remember why. Because I had a laptop with the emulator with that one for free.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think, like, what else could they like do that's, I mean, if they had like a miniature movie or something, I don't know, that'd probably push it back, but I mean, that'd be kind of cool, man, just to play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite in a different, like, instead of just a fighting game.
Yeah.
It'd be like beat 'em up. I mean, even it didn't have to be like super deep. Just like Power Rangers had like what?
No,
how many levels? Power Rangers, like 6 or 7 stages, and that's it.
There's 6 little blocks, and I think they each have 3 each. So that's 18 sections, something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean they'll have sections of the thing, but like realistically, it's like 6 or 7 stages.
Yeah.
And then they have they break it down. Yeah, that would be so sick.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. See how people react if there was something like that different in it.
Oh, I would poop my pants. It would be pretty sweet. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have to. If they release that, I'm gonna make sure I have a second pair of boxes with me.
There you go.
Released. Oh, I gotta go, guys.
I was prepared.
Yeah. Thanks, Capcom. Make it my day. Oh man. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, what else could they do? I guess in addition to just the characters and who wants what or what characters can get in and how they fit in or how they're gonna play. I was always looking to. I think maybe part of the thought process was, Big John's always talking about one player mode. That'd be kind of cool if the one player mode was, like I said, just an ode to like beat 'em ups in general, power ups, break barrels, or just throw monsters off of the screen and stuff, or robots. I think that'd be pretty legit, man.
Bring back the beat up the car stage.
I'd pay an extra $15 for that. I would. I'd be like, what? 7 stages for $15? Take my money. On top of the $200 limited edition.
Shit.
Take my money. And my dirty swag. Here, you can have it all. Thanks, Capcom.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, those are only a couple of things I've been thinking about.
Solid.
So, yeah. I mean, I lose sleep when I'm thinking about, beat 'em up. Who can we play as? Not really, but, I mean, I lose sleep over freaking Persona 3, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah?
Dude, I counted how many save files I have. I have like 19 save files. So,
it's gonna take so long.
It is gonna take so long, but it's so good. Yeah, I think you'll really like the soundtrack too. It's very.
There's a bonus CD in the 4th one for exclusively the soundtrack.
Dude, if you can get me a copy of that, man, oh, that's awesome.
Sure, when I visit.
No, man, it's when you hear the music from 3 and 4, you'll be like, wow, that's a complete change, complete 180. And it's like, dude, so good. Everything's so good. It's just save files, man. You have to have multiple save files.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened to me that happened to me a couple of days ago. Dude, I completely forgot. I charged my Vita and I played. I put on rest mode. Came back to it and I forgot I was fighting the boss and I completely forgot what my strategy was. Freaking wrecked me and I didn't save for a solid 4 hours. So I'm just I was like, dude, I just lost so much good equipment. And never got that equipment back. Stupid save files.
Wait.
Word of advice. Multiple save files.
Man, I thought I hate myself with Catherine. This is gonna be a whole new venture.
That's good. I mean, I think three is a little easier than 4, but that's because once you understand how to grind, you're like, oh, okay. There is one variable from the copy that you have versus the Vita, and I don't know if it's not really too big of a spoiler, but it's more of it really is just a variable as far as how you can grind. And in that game, you'll go through status effects. And I'm gonna explain it in a way that it's not gonna basically give out how it plays.
Right.
But in the Vita one, the status effects don't last as long.
Okay.
In the original P3, you're gonna be like, damn it. It gets frustrating because of one of my grind sessions I had on the Vita was like, well, I guess. And for 90% of the fights that I got into, I couldn't hit anything.
Hey.
Yeah, I was like, what? Even with elemental weaknesses and all that stuff, you're still missing magic? Ugh, you suck. But yeah, and I guess another thing is make sure you pay attention to your persona's weaknesses.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Then I'm getting kind of off tangent here.
It's the Wait What Are We Talking About podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
But yeah, I mean, dude, I think you're gonna have lots of fun with 3 and 4. 4 is definitely a lot more upbeat. 3 is a lot more serious, I think.
Okay.
so good. I think I'm almost done with 3 right now, but I think I'm about to get the bad ending.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I didn't do a specific thing, and one of my save files I accidentally saved over like that decision making thing. I was like, well, I guess I'll have to wait another 2 years to. Dude, when I looked at that, my very first save file, and it was like from like 2013, 2012. I was like, oh, this was right after I got done with nursing. I treated myself to a $15 game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works for me, man. Yeah, I'm all tapped out on that. Silly games, man. Silly games. More for tonight.
Cool. Well, mid-show, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 10 with Dio.
Nice.
Little intro in the middle. No worries.
Okay.
So you heard Dio's topics. My topic is all about Dio because it's a one-on-one with Dio. So, some of you guys might not know, but Dio was, okay, now, I'm going to say 2 things. Don't get offended by the first thing. Was an amateur/professional wrestler in his time. So, my topic is all about your wrestling career and how that was.
Ooh. Oh, wow. So my wrestling career, as with almost every guy that's a fan, usually starts when you're young. I actually, let's see. So everyone starts on their bed, and then we transition to trampoline or backyard. Ours was pretty cool because I had a good mix of friends who were pretty. Well, I had one guy who was really diehard on making it his dream to come true, and in his pursuit of fulfilling that dream, I actually helped him learn some amateur wrestling stuff throughout, junior high, high school. As I learned more about mat wrestling, and the PE teachers were cool enough to let us kind of like practice and train, because there was a local wrestling company that was always looking for talent during summer. I had 2 buddies who were kind of on and off with a not really a mentorship, but like a assistants in training. So they were kind of like the dummies. So when people wanted to learn how to chop or do stuff more than just chop, but because a lot of times they talk about how many chop gauntlets that they would have to go through just to get inside the ring. So it's like, all right, so I'd have to say unofficially training with these guys who had actual training experience, I probably started around 15. So actually being able to learn how to take bumps and stuff. Granted, this was unofficial, so we were doing bumps on like regular like high school mat wrestling mats.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when you meet wrestling mats and cement underneath it, it's not fun. It's not fun. But I had a buddy of mine who would always invite us, or whenever we had like a really big pay-per-view, one and only Brian Cage. He would actually, hey man, we're doing this thing, do some backyard wrestling. I'm like, all right, backyard wrestling, that's cool. We go to his couple of spots. We go to like his grandma's spot, and we actually had like a trampoline with some, we don't really call it padding, but it wasn't hard either. And for those who wanted to like take body slams and suplexes, we usually held like a, I don't know, it was like a 15 to 30, maybe 45-minute like semi-training session, as we were all not even amateurs then. We're just kind of going through what we learned and how to make it smooth, and have matches, film them back when video cassettes were the thing. And so yeah, I would say we probably did that on and off for a few years until we were about, I think my freshman year in college. My buddy Brian Cage was like, "Hey man, we're doing this thing. We're gonna do some wrestling." Like, "Oh, legit wrestling." Like, yeah, we saved up some money, and right around that time, I'd say I was like 19, maybe about 20. Is when I actually started to do more unofficial wrestling. As we had a ring, but we didn't have like a trainer. We were doing a lot of things that Brian had learned on his own, and some of the things that my buddy Chico Lopez, who's a current wrestler for Small Fed in California, PCW. Shout outs to Chico Lopez. And then we had a guy who was our main high flyer. He was the guy that can do 450s, springboards, moonsaults, and stuff. He's a tall dude, like 6'2", probably weighed like 5 pounds. Dustin Chains. Those are the two guys that kind of learned how to do the official, unofficial training with, like, I guess like those PCW before they were bigger, I guess. And yeah, I mean they were kind of our unofficial trainers, but Brian was kind of our lead guy. We came up with the company, well, not really a company, but it's our now defunct federation, MWF, Main Event Wrestling Federation. So whenever you see my name, MWFDO, that's what it stands for. And so I'd say about 19 years old, 19, 20 is when I actually started taking bumps on an actual 16 by 16 plywood ring. It was a work in progress, as some of our shows, things that had to get ordered separately, like our turnbuckles and stuff, our canvases. We actually had a few matches where we wrestled literally just on the boards.
Ew.
It was covered. It was covered by like a I'd say like not really like a big old tarp, but something along the lines of maybe a giant tarp.
Mm-hmm.
And man, let me tell you, when you first take wood bumps, and you take back bumps and wheel bumps and second rope bumps on turnbuckles that aren't there, because we had to kind of ghetto rig it a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, nothing beats that, and 98-degree sun cooking you, for a few hours, just learning how to take bumps. So every time we would wrestle or take a bump, we would knock ourselves out. So I want to say we were heavy. Let's say about 3.5 to about 4, maybe let's say about 4.5 months. And we actually started getting like a crowd. There was, our Fed was Cage, Draven, Chains, Crazy Captain. We had Dredge, myself, and Iron Weaver, Prez Easy Funk, tons of fun. Is that the rain?
That was the thunder returning.
I believe that was our original 9 cast. Well, we had Joey, then Joey Scales came. Then we included Brett Kilburn, Explicit, Jim Grady, and we had Ref Nalbone. And our commish was Mr. Dean Bick Bickley, also Ref Robertson. And we actually had a couple of female wrestlers, but I think they just they got their personal life was a little, was more. I'm not gonna front on them. It was more important to them. So then we had Omega, and then we did a couple collab match shows with PCW, and then yeah. Okay, so I want to say that we started with about 9 or 10 of us, and it basically was just, I want to say like the summer of, so I graduated, here's some math for you, 2003, graduated in 2003, so about 2005 to about 2006, that's when we were kind of like hardcore in the training, so most of our matches were really just kind of like dark matches, nothing really, I want to say like practice, but nothing really run through as far as making it look smooth and stuff. So a lot of our matches are really choppy and trying to understand and learn how to tell a story without telling a story. Without having to say, hey, this is where you're supposed to go for this, and then but it's more so, let's make it look WWE style, where it's 5 to maybe 9 minutes tops. Some quick action, some big, some loud sounds, maybe a stolen victory here or a clean finish there, but let's not make it too drawn out, like Ring of Honor or TNA sometimes can be a little. I mean, at least back then they were a little more time consuming. Some of their matches were like 10 to 15 minutes long, and like that's we're just starting out. We really shouldn't be trying to become. Everyone shouldn't be trying to become like ring generals and stuff. So,
right.
I want to say about time frames. I mean, I could be on and off. I could be off on there, but I want to say about when I was about 20. So that would be 2005. That's when we had Second and Warner, which was basically our home base show. There was a spot in Chico, California, where we were the corner house on a busy, college-heavy population. So there are times where, we're just practicing and stuff, and people say, hey, when's the show?
Nice.
If you guys want a show, we'll have a show in about 45 minutes. So, so a lot of times we just kind of cater to like when people will stop by and say, hey, we guys see you guys kind of like doing the wrestling thing. Like, is that like legit? Like, does that stuff like for real? I'm like, hey man, we're not out here, busting our tails for nothing. I mean, we love to do it because it's fun. But ultimately, it's a way for us to get experience. And if somehow, Lady Luck smiles on us, one of us gets out of here. And big shout outs to Brian Cage and everything that he's done. He's kind of like the main guy. I mean, he was basically the main promoter. He got us on the local radio, just kind of talking about some of the shows that we had. Majority of them were there on Second and Warner. We had some at a place called Off the Wall Soccer, which was like an indoor soccer stadium for Chico. We did a couple of, I think back when they had that Hurricane Katrina, we had the Rumble for Relief. That one's actually a very special day, like in my heart and a lot of our guys' holds like a really special memory and stuff. So I would say getting back on track after I would say we practiced and we were training for about a year or so. Our shows became a lot more smoother. Crowds, they would gather in and out depending on the weather. I mean, Chico's a hot place. We were outside, so we were backyard wrestlers who were wrestling in the backyard. So we had a ring, 16 by 16. I believe that was the measurement, and I want to say it stood maybe. It was actually kind of tall, to be honest. I think it was like. Let's see. I'm trying to guesstimate. I want to say that thing was like the frame of the ring was. I would say it's probably like a solid You and I have the same computer desk, so this gives you a really good visual. It's actually probably like a good probably 8 inches taller than the desk, so it was pretty tall.
Yeah.
So if you got dumped outside the ring, you took a nasty fall. And from setting it up to tearing it down, that was our thing. After we got off of work, if we got off early enough, we tried to schedule when everyone was off so that we wouldn't be summertime wouldn't be extremely hot, because there were some training sessions, man. It was just so bad. I kid you not, we literally cooked ourselves out there. It was so bad. After the canvas gets hot, because our colors were red and black, and the inside of the ring was red. Dude, let me tell you, if you ever get slammed on hot canvas, and you feel, and then as you're trying to get up, you literally feel your skin just cooking on the canvas. It's terrible. But you know what? It's bumps and bruises, you know. And at that point, we were ready to do more consistent shows. Our shows went from I want to say like every weekend to every other weekend, depending on who can make it, because the work schedules made things very difficult. A lot of times, you know, we didn't ask for donations, but you know, people donated, so that actually went towards like, you know, keeping the ring going. I donated some of my paychecks for tools, um, a little bit of transportation. We did you know, having to take it to the stadiums and stuff. You know, you had to pay insurances for just for that event.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know if it's gonna be $100, $200, $1,000. It depends on the venue and how long you're gonna rent it out for. And then if we had like, you know, memorabilia, T-shirts and stuff, which we did, we had DVDs and stuff. But that came as, you know, as our shows kind of got a little bit bigger. Our average crowd started out between like 15 to 30, which is, you know, that's a regular block party. That's cool. As it kind of got later in the year and school started coming in, it grew from like 50 to like 75, like on an average weekend basis.
Nice.
And then when it really cranked up, I mean, we usually had like the whole block, dude. Like it was crazy. Like it was a good couple of summers where we had Chico Police kind of called out on us.
Geez.
But they ended up like watching the shows and stuff, so they just kind of provided like a sense of security there, you know.
That's cool.
So I mean, like, just to see the growth go from like 15 to 50 people to like 100 to like 200 or 300 people, it's like holy crap.
Yeah.
And that was like within, I want to say that was within like the time frame of the whole time frame of us starting to really seriously train around like late 2004, early 2005, so say about mid 2006, early 2007. So after how we dealt with some of the training sessions once we went from the backyard, we actually relocated to do our normal shows in a Veterans Memorial Hall. We had a buddy of ours who was a vet. He is a vet. He's still alive and stuff. But he pulled his connections to let us use basically that building for free. And you know, normally we charge people like $5. $5 is not too bad, right? And then we sell T-shirts and stuff. And basically, most of that funds went to, of course, you know, making sure that we able to get the ring back and forth. And then I believe we used it too to give some money back to the vets, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So after we were doing our training, like in 2006, we were outside. Mr. Brian Cage was like, "Hey, you know, one of his phrases that he's using nowadays, you know, who better? There's only one person that says that, and you know, it's someone that we all looked up to. That he was a very unorthodox style wrestler. He was he was awesome. Innovative offense. You know, Chris Canyon, one of Brian's, you know, favorite wrestlers. I mean, he's in my top 5. And kind of got contacted him to do a show for Rumble for Really, the first one. And yeah, I'm gonna have like flashbacks now. But Cage basically, you know, he he reached out to Canyon, I guess like a long time ago, and backstory to that is, while Cage was in high school, he went out to a show where Chris Canyon pointed out to Cage at a taping of, I don't recall if it was WCW was still around, or no, I think it was WWE, and I think it was a Sacramento show, and I think somehow Cage was able to kind of get by like security, and I guess he talked to Canyon when he was still in high school or so, saying, "Hey, if I if I got something going, would you, would you be down to wrestle? And made it a big story as far as when Canyon was pulling his mic segment from Death from Above. Oh my gosh, I'm not Death from Above. The Grand Canyon Encounter. It basically made Cage look like some little punk kid. And he was like, yeah, some kid's hero wrote me this letter to say, hey, I want to be just like you're my hero. And Canyon just basically slaps Cage in the face, and it's like, oh man, talk about like promo and storytelling, man. It was amazing. And at that time, I was becoming more serious about, hey man, maybe I can do this thing with Cage. I mean, I was already in the midst of, like, I've dropped weight to just be in better shape. I was actually kind of built like I'm not going to compare myself to him. I think he's an awesome wrestler, but a lot of people were that were like real good on the indie feds were like, hey, you look kind of like you have like a Samoa Joe kind of build. Back when Samoa Joe was like, Samoa Joe's going to kill you, yeah. Samoa Joe. And I was like, hey, that's pretty cool, because I was always hoping to have more of like a Taz build, and I was kind of reaching the weight and the thickness status, but I kind of tweaked my back. That was kind of like my storyline from there, was that when I actually tweaked my back at work, I was kind of more so making sure that people who needed to wrestle or whatever that wanted to wrestle, they were consistently showing up for training. Because if you didn't train, it just looks bad on you that you just want to go and wrestle, Yeah. But I myself, I mean, after the Grand Canyon encounter, I wrestled for like, I want to say about a solid, in front of a crowd, paying crowd, I'd say like a solid like 2.5 years. It was definitely a solid experience. I mean, I took like speech classes just to become a better speaker in front of people, boost my confidence. I think 3 out of the 5 like tests or things that we had to do for speech class was wrestling related. So it was just like, I basically cut a promo as far as like, who I am compared to these students. And it's definitely like, it definitely is like, if you ever felt like you wanted to do like the whole wrestling thing, or if you're a fan of anime or video games and you've been to conventions and stuff and you see all these people that do the cosplay, it's exactly like that. You become that character, and it's just like, me, I was just the guy that liked to punch people in the face, and it was just kind of like the raw intensity, just my facial features, just the way I looked at you, like every little thing that you really didn't think about until you saw yourself. Like when you watch like the DVDs or the matches, when I would, just to critique, and we would have those like little critique sessions. It's like, dude, you should like calm down. You look like you're really gonna freaking head off. Like, but that's the added effect. I kind of was like, my character was kind of just like, he was kind of like I wouldn't say a carbon copy of like Homicide, but he was a very close. I wanted to be like a blend of like Homicide's, like, just the way he looks at you, like it's so rough, and Taz's, well, I'm the human Taz plexing machine. I'm just gonna throw people because I can. And ironically, because of that, I didn't really speak too much, but I did like a lot of my actions spoke for my character. And for that reason, even when I went heel, people liked me.
Okay.
And it's just like, yeah.
See, I didn't know that. When I watched the Grand Canyon thing, I was like, oh shit, he was a bad guy. I never knew.
Yeah, yeah, no, I was definitely heel there, but it's just like, just the mannerisms of it. It was like, you can tell I was heel. And actually, Well, because when I was like a super face, I mean, I actually had different colors too.
It's all
I
about
didn't
that
really do
figure.
like the white or the lighter colors. I mean, I was just a solid color. I just stuck to the color black. Actually, I take that back. I had blue jeans. John Cena did.
Nice.
Oh god. I thought the doctor was talking on was dope. So, but yeah, I really tried to um, become that character. And when you're in the ring for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, I have to tell you, man, it's draining. I mean, I had a 30-minute Iron Man match with Dredge, and that was ridiculous. But being a heel, it was like even more worse because it's like I couldn't smile.
Yep.
you know, and a lot of it is, it is like I always thought like, each match that I had was like, well, how can I improve it? Because yes, we have a set time limit, but we also have like we have our own arsenal of moves. Like I want to wow the crowd, and my biggest thing was that I was kind of like, if you're gonna punch me in the face, like just give it to me as stiff as you can. More like a strong style kind of feel to it, but at the same time, it's like I can out wrestle you at the same time. So it's like, well, and I have to pick and choose. Like, what should I do? It's kind of like it's almost like I feel like Fallout when you want to use the when you want to just play it as like a first-person shooter, or if you want to just use the bat system. It's like, do I want to stick to just this, or do I want to just do I want to show more I guess counteractions and submissions, or do I just want to just obliterate somebody and just kick them in the face?
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of depended on my opponent. Like if I was wrestling Draven, he was much smaller. I would, and he would play like the smaller, faster character, but wrestler, and he would use his trickeries and cheat to win because he was a heel. But if I wrestled someone like Dredge, who was an amateur wrestler, my best friend, I would kind of go back and forth. It'd be like real 50-50. You would definitely see like a different style of wrestling versus, or you would see a different style of me versus someone who was, just not as, I guess, well versed in amateur wrestling. So, yeah, so we went from taking the bumps, wood planks, to doing beal bumps, high beal bumps. I'm forgetting all the terms, technical terms, but once you muster how to take bumps correctly, then that's when we kind of tested to see if you were safe. Because if you can't bump, it's gonna be really hard to throw on. To really put on like a really good match. Because if you can't bump, and that means you can't get suplexed, you can't get body slammed. That means you can't even roll around, because if you actually try to watch and break down matches, especially like technical matches, there are certain mannerisms that you will find that are pretty much all within like wrestling. Like which side that they actually get up. Obviously, yeah, the more obvious ones are, they attack the left side. Every time that there's a submission, unless it's an actual like injured body part, it's always gonna be. Even sometimes if it's not the injured body part, they're gonna attack the left side. Why? I don't know. Then usually things are set in like threes. Like quick knockdowns. I mean, if you look at John Cena's shoulder charge, throw a clothesline. Oh, third one's a chain. Sit up firebomb. Or Blue Thunder firebomb. I mean, there are certain things. I mean, I'm not a know-it-all about all the mannerisms, but like you can tell, like if you really look, like for me, it's weird too, because like going through that transition of being just a fan to like, how do I make this match like a really good story?
Mm-hmm.
How do I actually break it down and then apply it? I've watched hundreds of thousands of matches, man. It's like, well, maybe I can do this. I mean, my body type, my character type fits that, so I can kind of add that in. So now it goes from just breaking down matches to trying to increase your arsenal, whether it's taking a move, giving a move, or even just getting the right setup. Like, I'm sure you see it when people, take Twist of Fate. Well, all right, we got to fix ourselves so that Jeff can, So it's just like, how more realistic can you show it rather than showing like getting placed in that position is what I was always is what I always kind of stress, because I like to make sure that it's still real to me. So
Yeah.
we gotta we're the performers, and it's kind of like I put so much stress and pressure on myself to try and make it look as real as possible. That's why I ask for people, hey man, don't even hold back if you want to hit me, if you want to drop kick me, just kick my teeth in or something. And then and just make sure that if you're really going for like a real knockdown, just dude, I'll bump it. Trust me, I'll bump it. And I'll take the hardest clotheslines, dude. Like I used to take those clotheslines like Rikishi used to take them, man. Like those whirly birds, man. Oh, dude, those were so fun. They were so fun to take because it's just like, wow, you didn't expect someone like. Of course, the guys, are just as big as me, but I mean, I'll take a full wind up and, I'll do the whirly bird just for the added effect, just that added, oh my god, that's those wows and those, oh my god, that's what I lived for, that's what fueled my adrenaline. And then, after matches, it's just like, hey, can we take pictures with you and stuff? Like, I mean, that stuff's cool too, but it's just like, oh man, I'm so glad you kicked his butt, blah 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 blah. It's just like you make that connection, and that's another part of like being that character. That's just like I do admit I do miss it, but it's actually what helped me like shape myself to be like I kind of live for those kind of responses, I guess. Whether it's helping somebody out or just just making someone's day go by like usually at work it's kind of like how it is for me. It's like I get those responses a lot, so it's like there's rarely. I feel like I'm still continuing that trend, though it's not professional wrestling. And then yeah, man, I know I get off on these tangents, but like that's what it makes me feel like. It's just it's like I can recall on like such like emotions, and it's just like it feels like I'm part of the character still. So it's like, wow, yeah, those were our house shows, basically out in Second and Warner, and then we moved into the Veterans Hall, where we did most of our taping, which I know we still have footage. It's just not converted over from cassette to movie or vid or MP4 or whatever. But I'd say 2007, 2008. 2008 is when I kind of was already kind of like on. I think what happened was I got called in to do like another show, and I kind of wasn't training because when I tweaked my back, I really tweaked my back like in real life. I was helping when I was working for this automotive company. I'm not going to mention their name, but we were loading something really heavy in a customer's car or a truck, and he didn't want us to push it up on his truck because we had a ramp and stuff. He wanted us to lift it in, and basically, I had good positioning and a good grip and good, lifting position, and I wasn't ready for. One of my coworkers had dropped his part of the weight, and I basically had to cover it.
Yeah.
So I basically absorbed like 60% of I don't know how heavy, but it was a full on like one of those full on like ATVs, and so it's like I felt like a pop in my back, and I actually went home that day, and I was telling Brian, I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go this week because like I did something at work, and I told him, give me a couple of days, and then I just iced it. I didn't actually even get to go get seen. I just iced it like a dummy, and then I actually called out of work, and then the next day was training, and I just remember like, dude, it was hard for me to stand up. I was like, dude, this is not good. And so I just popped a bunch of painkillers. God, typical. But I did it just for that one day because I was still going to school and I had a final that day. So it's like, I gotta make it up. I gotta make it up to the school. I took the test, and I think I went to go to the training, and I think I took a bump, and that was pretty much it. So I just took one, like just a little warm up bump, hold on the ropes, and as you let go, and you want to slap so you land basically on your shoulder blades, and I'll tell you, man, like my back didn't pop, but I didn't want to get up after that. I was riding in so much pain, and and I thought, I was going to be able to go the next day, and just kind of hopefully bank on straight up adrenaline to get me through it. So, to be honest, I don't even remember who my last show opponent was at that show. And I just remember my entrance back then, because I went face, my entrance team was Bombs Over Baghdad, Rage Against the Machine remix, so it's the rock remix. And what I would do is basically pull an Ultimate Warrior and just basically run through the crowd, high five everybody, and just kind of shake my head, like, I was just ready to eat something and just beat someone up. And as I went to go climb the ropes and I pulled up, I was like, oh god, this is not good, And when I got through the match, man, let me tell you, I think I know what it was. It was a fatal 4-way match with the ending had to be changed because my back gave out like right in the beginning of the match, and it was the finale, or the when we were supposed to take it home was it was me, Crazy Captain Steve. Ironically, there's a Crazy Captain Steve that's in the game. It was Joey Scales and Dredge, and I believe what was supposed to happen was I was in the middle of the ring, and 3 guys were fighting. Dredge was in a... Oh, no, this is what happened. We both got into like a chicken fight situation where I had Crazy Captain Steve on like an electric chair. And Joey Scales was on Dredge's shoulders like an electric chair. So we wanted to do something different. We did a 4-person tie-up. So Joey Scales and Crazy Captain Steve were tied up.
Mm-hmm.
And myself and Dredge tied up. And what we were going to do was basically we were going to run the ropes with people on top of us.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we did a 2-person Irish whip. But back then, that's my back already kind of like felt like it was like going. And thank God I wasn't the one that was running. So we did a 2-person Irish whip. So Steve-O Irish whip Joey Scales, and Irish whip Dredge. Joey Scales was on Dredge's shoulders, and they bounced off the ropes, and we both took clotheslines. So I was just like, oh God. I mean, I was already having a hard time getting up from that. And I think Joey Scales was supposed to set up to go and give Joe or Dredge a Hurricane Rana counter, and we forgot how unathletic Joey Scales can be. And at the time, that unathletic switch kicked in. So when Dredge went to go and turn him for the Hurricane Rana, Joey Scales basically just took a powerbomb.
Oh, jeez.
So I was just like, and then I rolled over to go see what happened because Joey Scales was supposed to Hurricane Rana Dredge, and Dredge was supposed to land kind of like next to me, and Joey Scales was then supposed to go run and do like a senton, like just run and just do a senton. And then Steve-O was supposed to get up and give me a leg drop, and then give Dredge, who was writhing in pain, a leg drop. And then they were supposed to kind of throw themselves out the ring. Well, that didn't happen because Joey Scales powerbombed himself. And then I just remember getting back up, and me and Steve-O we were going, just punching each other, just kind of trying to set up, trying to cover up the botch. And like, well, we can't cover it up when there's only two of us. So I think we backed into a corner, and what happened was I got backed into the I got backed into the corner, and Dredge and Steve-O, I myself was getting a beat down from Dredge and Steve, I think. And then I just remember Steve-O he pushed Dredge out of the way. Joey Scales is now just getting up. And then I tell Steve-O to give me the basically slice bread number 2. And I take it, so I'm in the middle of the ring, facing up. And I think Joey Scales he's just completely clueless. Like, he didn't remember the finish. And I think he went to go pick me up. And Steve-O, after he does the slice bread number 2, he goes back up to the top rope to give me basically a swanton bomb. And the original finish was I was supposed to move out the way, and Steve was just supposed to just miss the swanton bomb, and then I was supposed to take Dredge out with a clothesline, and then give Joey Scales my finisher. That's the 1, 2, 3. So Steve-O gets back in the corner. He's on top rope, and he comes down. Dredge comes back in, and we're all in a corner trying to, hey, let's bring it home, let's finish it. And all I remember was somehow I got finagled into taking a I think it was a double underhook DDT. So I was face down, out of the corner, and Joey Scales somehow got on the top rope. So he was sitting on the top rope, and then Dredge was he was on the opposite side of the ring, or the ring, but the turnbuckle. And Steve-O, what happened? Steve-O brought Joey Scales down, and I think Dredge just gave him a clothesline, and we just said screw it. Steve-O went up to go for the swanton bomb, and Joey Scales rolled into the direction I was supposed to move out of. So by the time I was actually about to move, like, there was something like in front of me, so I couldn't move.
Yeah.
So I ate like a freaking swanton bomb, like, on my back. Like, I was like, oh yeah, well, my adrenaline ran out like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. So this is straight pain.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I no-sold that because I was like, dude, I can't do this. Like, I'm just like, I've already taken too much right now. And it didn't stop there because Joey Scales, for some reason, took a chair and started beating me with it.
Oh, jeez.
Like, he's like, what? Dude, I'm out of the ring. What's going on? And I believe Joey Scales he gets kicked, and he drops the chair, and he's done. He's donezo for the match. And then I believe Steve-O, I forget how he finished it, but Steve-O got the belt that day. And ever since then, I had for the few months after that, I was having kind of like back spasms, and that's when I was kind of like, well, I can help train or I can help do transportation, but right now I can't wrestle. So that was like a little before 2008 or so, maybe. Yeah, a little before 2008 is when I already kind of started to like kind of drop off as far as I'm trying to rehab and trying to get like actual professional help rather than trying to rely on painkillers and stuff. And I actually I believe I did 2 more shows. Then I had to take like a month or 2 hiatus to just rehab my back and just get healthy again. So after, I want to say it was like June of 2008, and my buddy was like, "Hey, Mike Omega has some friends up that want us to take the show. They'll pay us and stuff." And I was like, "All right, so who's us? Like, does Cage know about this? Whatever." Yeah, Cage says it's fine. I mean, if you guys can pay for getting the ring up to Weed, California. I was like, "Dude, you know how far Weed, California is from Chico?" I was like, no clue. I was like, I think it was like a 4-hour drive or 5, maybe a 6-hour drive. I'm like, I don't have, my truck is a 2-wheel drive, full size Dodge pickup. It's 2-wheel drive. My truck will not be able to tow that ring up mountains, bro. I'm just telling you right now. So we got our this other guy, Johnny Demon, I think that's what the name he went by. Nice guy. He's kind of, I felt like he was kind of like a know-it-all. I tend not to do so well with people who have that kind of overconfidence, I guess. And I was like, "Yeah, no worries, man. I can tow it. I can tow it. And you guys just pay for the insurance, and we'll tow it." So we took it up there, and I think this was, theoretically my second to last match, I believe, or it could have been my last match. But we did this show, and the match that I had was like a 5-minute, maybe like a 6-minute squash match, really. But I kind of reinvented the Rikishi driver there. Instead of doing a Rikishi driver, I did like a freaking Zangief spinning like pile driver.
Nice.
And then I kind of like felt like my back kind of pulled something again. So like that's when I was like, dude, I really don't know if I can do this anymore, because like my back is like it's killing me. It's 2008. I'm 23.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I was in more shape like Cage was. Because let me tell you, throughout the years, Cage was he was never the size that he is now, to be honest. I mean, I knew the guy in junior high, he was probably like a solid like 145 solid, and then high school maybe like $160. But after high school, he started blowing up in the 185 range, 195 range. I think by the time we actually got done and I stopped wrestling, and he got so close to, getting to that contract. I think he was like a good, I want to say he was like a good 215, pretty solid. So right around that time, I was kind of already going back and forth with Cage, as far as, hey, what do you need help with? Let me help you with, some things if you need it. And right around that time, he was already kind of working with Mr. Chris Canyon. Canyon actually took him under his wing. I think first in Florida, and then Atlanta. But they were both like OVW, which is the current NXT. So Cage actually was contracted to FCW, which was NXT, or which is NXT now. So he's wrestled all the big names that are there. He's wrestled Sheamus. I'm sure he's wrestled Roman Reigns. He's wrestled, I don't think Rollins was there when he got there. Who else he wrestled? Trent Beretta, Michael McGillicuddy. I can't get past that guy. I just can't. Ryback, basically anyone that was Nexus and maybe a little before Nexus.
Slater, baby.
And then it was crazy to know that Cage could have been one of those guys, but it's like, you know what? God works his reasons. Works out. He does things his own way, and I think after that, I think God was telling me that it's not a good fit for me. I mean, I tried to rehab as much as I could. I mean, I was dropping weight and I was getting leaner, but it's just like it's a nagging injury. I mean, I don't get it nowhere near as much now, but on cold days I'll feel it. Actually, some of those times when I was doing Taekwondo, I was feeling it too. But you know what? I get that adrenaline rush. I hit something and it just goes away for like 5 seconds. But I mean, I would say, my total time training, starting in training, official, unofficial, I'd say a solid like 2.5 years of actual experience, going through the process, working out. The only thing I wish I would have done better was probably market myself, because I know Dredge went out to go do some solo wrestling. He wrestled for APW, which is actually where Bailey used to wrestle. So he did a couple shows out there, all pro. I think it's all professional wrestling, up and down. He did Gold Rush wrestling in San Francisco, Pacifica, and yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, because like at the time that I was already like rehabbing, he had already gotten like out of Chico area experience, because the only other, I guess, competition that we had was a company called Professional Championship Wrestling, PCW, and they were known historically to be scumbags. Like their head trainer guy, I'm not bashing on him, but he tried to take credit for developing Brian Cage. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Talk to day one guy over here, you know. But yeah, I mean, I believe Cage. Don't quote me on this, but I mean, Cage was telling me like that was basically the funk that he had with that company, was that they're trying to take credit for, building Brian Cage. I'm like, no, that's wrong, dude. Like, we know Brian Cage built himself, so. But yeah, I mean, it's many summer days, hot summer days. I think I even called it. I think I called in to work just to go training too, just because I could. Yeah, a lot of summer days, a lot of fan chants, a lot of good memories, man. Solid like 2.5 years, like a consistent like on week in, week out, like shows, block parties. Actually, I got invited to a lot of things because of that. A lot of like college parties and stuff. I don't do that stuff, dude. Like, yeah, no, it was definitely a good time. I mean, I think I actually held the championship the longest until Steve-O beat me, and he is the unofficial longest belt holding champ right now, because he hasn't defended in like 10 years. Well, more like, let's see, 32. So not 10 years. More like 8 years. 7 years. But yeah, it was a good time. I mean, like, highlight of my wrestling career. Definitely getting to meet and greet and talk wrestling with the Chris Canyon. Having a ladder match, getting over my fear of heights by getting tossed off a 10-foot ladder, completely vertical. Dude. Learning how to bump that. Have actually 2 ladder matches, and I'm 0-2 in those ladder matches. It sucks. One of them costed me. I think like 6 stitches in my mouth, because I took a ladder incorrectly. It was more like I got hit with the ladder incorrectly, instead of kind of going for like body shots or something. It was more of one of those, we swing upwards and you catch the corner of the ladder. That was great. I got suplexed on the street one time. I got suplexed on a car one time. Let's see what else. I've been body splashed off of a trampoline one time. That was great. I witnessed two of my really good friends finish a wrestling match by getting thrown off of a house roof. That was pretty cool. I'm calling Crazy Captain Steve for no reason.
I guess.
Just all those experiences with just trying new stuff out and meeting new people. It's definitely fun. I mean, I even want, to be honest, it was crazy because like when I was working in Sacramento, I had a customer. One of my customers was like, "Hey man, I know you from somewhere." I'm like, "I don't live in Sacramento." He's like, "No, from Chico." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah. I spent some time in Chico." He was like, "Oh, you used to wrestle, huh?" I was like, "Okay, so, okay, where do you know me from that?" He's like, "Oh man, you don't see the shirt?" And he had like a faded like MWF shirt. I'm like, dude, that's me, man. He's like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome." And that was like years after, like that was like 5 or 6 years after. Like, dude, that's so cool. Well, it was more like 4 or 5, but still, it's like, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely probably like my best highlight is just just wrestling for people in general. I mean, whether it's for people, whether it's people who don't speak English. But yeah, it's it was good. I mean, I had my first ladder. My first ladder match was a triple threat match, where I just got dumped off a ladder. That was kind of like taking it home. I don't even remember what they did to finish, but I just know that after I got thrown off of a 10-foot ladder, completely vertical, and learning how to bump that correctly or die, it was just like, that's cool. Getting broken through a table is fun. Taking chair shots is fun. I mean, I actually had another guy, Greg Kilburn. He was another guy that wanted to kind of wrestle like myself, where it's just like really strong style, where it's just hit me as hard as you can. And I just remember, knocking him dizzy. His eyes they were spinning, man. It was fun. I mean, I told him, "You can kick me as hard as you want," and I was like, "Just don't hold back." And man, let me tell you, it's definitely getting hit is great, but when it's your turn to deal it back, oh, it's even better. That's the best. Like, I don't know how many chops I had with that guy, but it was enough that my hand was numb by the end of the night, and his shirt was starting to get to that point where that first layer of skin is starting to be like bright pink and like hot and broke skin. That was good. Snap suplexes were fun. German suplexes were fun. I mean, those two are like my favorite moves, and I give credit that to most people don't ever talk about this guy, but Chris Benoit is one of my favorite guys to ever pull that move. Get that. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely like a solid journey. The actual journey part of it, 2006 to about mid to maybe late 2008. So that's about 2.5 years. So a lot of the backyard stuff, it's definitely great for show. But we didn't start really polishing stuff up until we got to the Veterans Hall, where it was definitely like bring your A game, because when we critique it, we expect better. We're getting better. We're starting to expand. Trying to get the whole financial part of it going. But I just think if I was to critique our Fed as a whole, I think we moved too fast. And we were too narrow-minded. We weren't open to a lot of ideas, I just think that I know Cage is a dream and stuff. And I love him for it because it shows me a whole nother level of like devotion to, if you really believe you can achieve, he's gone and believed and he's still achieving, it's kind of like to be able to see that is like, man, I need to get back to that level of as a person. I can believe I can achieve. And, keeps me thinking all the time, man. I got a different crowd cheering me on this time, and I would like for them to rely on me a little bit more. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good journey, man. Like, I know I kind of bounce back and forth, but man, that's definitely a good topic, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely good. Man, I have to chalk that one up. That's like, I should write like a diary or something for that, dude.
That's cool. I mean, I know we've talked about it in the past a little bit here and there, but just hearing the whole story and stuff like that, and yeah, it must have been the Grand Canyon Encounter, one of those videos you sent us. Like, I watched the whole thing through, and yeah, I was just like, oh, this is, it's, a lower level, but it's still like, wow, look at, I always imagine, oh yeah, it'd be cool to do that, but then seeing it, it's just like, damn, these guys are going for it,
Yeah,
and,
I mean, it's good. I mean, a lot of planning and stuff, but I mean, a lot of hard work and definitely a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and I just think, I think we could have, instead of the route that it went, I think it could have been, preserved. I would say would be a better word for it, rather than, just kind of ran to the ground. We had somewhat of like a falling out with certain people who their egos just kind of, oh, but I'm so and so, and I can't make practices all the time. Well, that sucks. That's not our fault. Like,
right.
You were there when we talked about it, right? And you were one of the guys pushing for, hey, if you're not going to show for training, then you know what's up, and it's just the whole ego thing.
Yeah. So how many of those guys are you still in contact with? Like, I know you talk with Cage once in a while, but like.
Yeah. I would say I'm pretty much in touch with. I have everyone on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't live that far from Dredge, my best friend. We just haven't had time to kind of hook up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ironically, when I lived in New York, he lived in Maine. So I was just like, well, what are these times right?
You guys keep moving together.
And then when I found out that Natalie was like, oh yeah, the job's gonna be like in Hillsborough, and I saw like, I don't know, I must have saw Dredge's Facebook location change. I was like, Beaverton, where's that? And I looked at him like, dude, that's like 10 minutes from me. Holy crap! Like, that's like total coincidence, I'm just like, not stalking you or anything.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, I know we're all busy and stuff, and we're both parents, so it's like, when you can, and I understand that struggle. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, I got a few friends out here that are like pretty, not really like wrestling related, but like pretty good amount of friends, like inner circle friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, that topic is it's cool.
Can't wait to see everybody's reaction to it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Then we got one last topic to wrap it up. It's the lightning round. So Dio, I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions. Don't think about it too much. Just kind of answer whatever you're thinking, and if you want to elaborate on any of the answers, you can feel free to do so. Okay, cool. You ready?
Yep.
All right. What's your favorite color, Dio?
Orange.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
What's your favorite game?
Role-playing games, Final Fantasy 3 or Persona series, fighting games, Street Fighter or crossover, Marvel vs. Capcom crossovers, and King Fighters.
Nice. All right. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Transformers animated movie. Animated movie. Not real life. Oh, I forgot to add. If anyone owns a Nintendo 64, I'm down to do WCW versus the World, or WCW NWO, or WWFE No Mercy.
Oh, No Mercy.
Yes. Oh, we can do Warzone too.
Exclusive. I just found some at that store I sent you that Chrono Trigger picture of. Just gotta figure out how to stream retro and save money, but we'll see.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Of course, Chrono Trigger is... Final Fantasy 3 and Chrono Trigger are two... those two are, for me, I can flip-flop. Those two are like my favoriteest games of like almost all time. And Breath of Fire 3.
Alright. Did you say favorite movie? I don't think we did.
Transformers and.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Favorite type of music.
Favorite type of music? Currently K-pop.
Okay. Favorite song does not have to be from K-pop. Just favorite song.
Favorite song? Ooh, that's tough. Just because we touched about it, Bombs Over Baghdad rock remix with Rage Against the Machine.
Alright.
And Outkast. Yes.
Nice. What was your dream job when you were a kid?
Dream job? Oof. Actually, becoming a teacher overseas to translate Japanese.
Alright.
Kind of got there, kind of.
Domo arigato. If you could make any animal a pet, which one would you like? Which one would you like? English.
That's tough. Probably a panda. Panda. Yeah. Or a tiger. But cats. Big cats only.
If you could meet one celebrity, who would it be?
One celebrity? Ooh, that's tough. I'd probably say Will Ferrell.
Okay. What is your favorite season?
Favorite season? Probably winter.
Okay. What about a favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday would probably be Martin Luther King Day. Because it's always going to land on a 3-day weekend for my birthday. So.
There you go. I was like, that's one you don't hear often. All right. What is a skill you wish you could have?
What's a skill I wish I could have? Probably draw realism, or like realistically.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't.
All right, and last one. What is a game you would like to see me play on stream?
Well, you have 2 of them already, so.
No.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, PT for a game that you stream wise. I'd like to see you play some Neo, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably because I can join you while you stream. I have stuff, you know. Yeah. Or if you like the Persona series, probably P5.
Even though I can't stream past January 21st or whatever the fuck it is, Atlas. Probably at that time they'll be like, fuck it, whatever.
Oh, really? They won't let you stream?
No. They'll let you stream it, but like when it first came out, they wouldn't let you stream it past a certain point for spoilers and whatever.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I read something about, I guess, not Atlas, but I think there's a company, I forget what it was, but they registered like a bunch of like online names.
Okay.
So I think that's just to, I think it's going to be related to Persona as far as like new games like Persona Q2 or I think they had one that's like P5, like the arena fighting game thing. Mm-hmm. There might even be like an Ultimate Edition or something, but I don't know. Spin-offs. That's what I heard. But yeah, those are fun questions.
Nice. All right. Well, Dio, thanks for joining us for the one-on-one podcast. A lot of fun. Hope to see you soon, either on Twitch or IRL. We'll figure it out. But yes, this has been Wait, What Are We Talking About? Podcast episode 10. Yes, perfect 10. Ty Dillinger. 10. With your boy Dio. Remember, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Enigma911 along with Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, everything like that. You're already on YouTube, so I don't know why I'm saying that. You can follow Dio at probably MWF_Dio, if I'm not mistaken. All right. He's on Twitter. He's on, I don't know if you want Instagram on there. He's on Twitch. I'll put him up there somewhere on the screen. Yeah. But yeah, you'll find it. Fuck, whatever. Ooh. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.
Later.